the desert, Las Vegas.
Bugsy Siegel code. Nice little park you can get to here.
Heading eastbound on the New River, some marine life you find in the river include manatees, spotted eagle rays, of course tarpon, and lots of different types of fish. We have our fair share of wild iguanas out on the seawalls, and from time to time we get a pond or two of dolphins here on our shores. Beautiful neighborhood we're traveling through here now is called Rio Vista. Rio Vista was the first of the middle-income housing ever to be built in the city. All was built and sold back in the 1930s for as little as $4,000 to $8,000. Well, of course, not anymore. These days, fixer up the home, like off to the left, the White House with the White House. About $1 million, $5 million. Here in Fort Lauderdale, up next to the left, many folks enjoy coming to Sunday Mass here at the All Saints Church by boat. Sunday Mass a little more tropical. Just off to the right, two-story green-colored homes. Gold buffs might recognize, used famously in the movie Cape Fear, starring Robert De Niro and Nick Nolte. The house was painted white for the movie, and the palm trees were swapped out for pine trees. It appears as if this all were North Carolina.
Like the pool in the front yard.
Entering a section of the river here called Tarpon Bend. Tarpon Bend got its nickname from the locals back in the 20s. Back then,
There's a little guy.
Oh, yeah.
Tarpon Canyon Road, 6 feet in length and weigh well over 200 pounds.
It's probably $3 million just to buy the lot.
Over to the right now is definitely our most spectacular home on the river, nicknamed the Lego House. All with many colors and not built all at the same time. So that a home is added to a little at a time, like building a mansion out of Lego block. Great addition to the home on the right, beautiful infinity-edge swimming pool with its own 3-story ornate working bell tower, trimmed in real 14th karat gold, all the way to the top. Past the rocky seawall to the right, you'll also notice a beautiful bronze sculpture of 3 dolphins. The sculpture has been a hand current of the home with the former owner of the Mighty Dolphins, the billionaire Wayne Hutton. Oh, this beautiful home in front of me. Keep going all the way to the wood dock here to the right. Small 2-story tree house there in the middle, built just for the gardeners to live in full time. Mr. H, besides being the former owner of the Miami Dolphins and one time owned the Florida Marlins, as well as the Panthers, actually owning all 3 sports franchises together.
We love the tree house. So cute.
You like the little green
Next
one?
to our left on the corner here, beautiful mansion coming in view. It's owned by members of the Wells family and Wells Fargo. That is, the Wells family owned most of the property on Famous Hills Boulevard here in town. In Riverside. Over to our left, one of our famous island lots in town now, coming in view. Off to our left, it's currently for sale under development, perfect for the winter spot. You thought about having a home here in town. Huge house, huge piece of property over there. Shows the asking price, $21 million. Takes up to 3/4 of its own private island, so you will certainly have a good price. Another whole beautiful island neighborhood to your left is known as Los Olas Isles. It's an old section of town, built back in the 1920s. These are all man-made islands, all inspired by the canals in Venice, Italy. Canals were dredged out, left on existing swamplands, and created multi-million-dollar house lots. Homes are all built into rows and all owned by millionaires. And that's where we bring us Lauderdale. As the tour proceeds, you'll also definitely start to notice the homes getting larger now and twice as expensive. Boats will be getting longer and twice as expensive. And so those second and third wives out by the pool, well, they'll be getting younger, certainly twice as expensive. Speaking of expensive, vacant lot up next to our left as well. These 2 acres of land offered for sale. Gentleman looked at the property, loved it, and decided he needed more room. So we bought the house next door as well. Total price paid for this end of the island, about $24 million. Now plans to build a larger mansion on the vacant lot and keep the smaller mansion next door as just a guest home. Can't tell you his name, unfortunately, but he is a retired CEO of a large chain of department stores that start with the letter N. As we enter the Intracoastal Motorway now, off to the right, some properties under development here in town, including one of the newer homes that just finished up here in town. Home to the right was built with an elevator in there for all 3 beautiful floors. It was also built as a 1-bedroom bachelor's pad. It's been a favorite spot for celebrities back in the day. We had folks like
41 million.
Sonny Cher, Rodney Dangerfield living over there. These days, actors Nick Nolte, Reese Witherspoon, and good old Gene. definitely always home to some of the larger and more expensive yachts here in the city of Fort Lauderdale all year long, especially in our winter season. Today certainly no exception. One of the largest yachts in the world in this town. Coming up next to our left, we'll get a look at what's going
We
on
ate in there when we had the water taxi. We ate in that spot. Even Nancy.
Yeah, definitely. Off to the left now, we'll get to look at Solange coming into view. Solange is pretty hard to miss over there at a little over 300 feet long. Built at a cost of a little over $200 million. At about 305 feet, it is certainly one of the most expensive luxury charter yachts available. Yacht's been chartered out by folks like Jay-Z and Beyonce, Dustin Hoffman and his family, Matt Damon and friends. Sting and his wife over the past summer. Of course, a yacht like that doesn't come cheap. Charters out mostly by the week, mostly in the Caribbean, Mediterranean. Yacht like that charters for $1 million per week. The super yacht to the left actually features a 2,000 square foot master bedroom, which is just about 2 times the size of my house. And we're also going to sneak under the bridge, officially welcoming you to the port, where everybody's opened way back in 1928. These days, you run the gamut for world-class cruises. And every weekend, we're now home to the largest cruise ship in the world. The Harmony of the Seas is with us every Saturday now here in Fort Lauderdale. As we enter across the port, some time now to stretch your legs, visit the Scott Bar, have the cameras handy as well. And we'll pick up with you here in a few minutes. Just around bed, just watch your footing as you're moving around the boat. Keep an eye on the tanker here headed out to sea. Pier 66 Hotel over there, interesting hotel to the right, built by the founders of the Phillips 66 Petroleum Company. When they built the hotel, they had a lot of fun doing it. Here are lots of evenings. The hotel has 6 sides, 6 windows to every balcony. Even the glass elevator ride top to bottom is timed down in very quick, 66 seconds. World and keep your toys nearby. Shout out for a yacht in town these days. Pretty much a floating playground. The very top deck is 30-foot swimming pool. Second deck is a helicopter pad that doubles as a basketball court where hoops go up. There's a 40-foot power boat aboard along with a mini submarine. You need one of those on vacation. It's also filled with all types of inflatables, paddle boards, and wave runners. And of course, Global's got you covered when you're on land as well. Very nice looking Land Rover on board. Everything for the family on holiday here in Fort Lauderdale. Staring at a yacht that holds over 100,000 gallons of fuel. So just with those tanks, you're looking at about $500,000. It comes with a crew of 22 aboard, so plenty of folks in there to take very good care of you on vacation. Bars and restaurants here we're checking out for sure. Off to the right at the end of the dock here, Pearson's the 6th world famous Pelican Landing Bar. Favorite spot for most of the crew on all the boats and yachts you see around town, including the food here up there at the beach. Casual bar attendants. We'll also continue northbound now on the Intracoastal Waterway. It's pretty hard to keep track of all the boats coming and going around here, but it's estimated we have around 42,000 boats and yachts in the city at any given time. That's about one boat for every 3.5 people. Luckily for Fort Lauderdale, we have close to 300 miles of waterways, which has earned us our nickname, of course, the Venice of America. We attract more boaters every year with an estimated 320 days of sunshine and thanks to an average year-round temperature. Also ahead of us to our left, Florida White House coming back into view, that mega mansion on the market over there for $41 million. It's all owned by Jack Hutchins. Jack worked for General Motors in the very early 1960s. He came up with an idea and he has been legally blind. Don't feel too bad for old Jack. He recently married a 22-year-old bartender here in town and she sees just fine. Give a whistle and a wave hello to our friends aboard the Queen again. Toss in off to the left of the main house, a huge 10,000 square foot guest home over there. Same over to the right, definitely a home we all know paid for. Off to the right now, pale green, pale beige home on the corner, small white boat up on the lift over there. Home belonged to Dave Thomas for many, many years here in Fort Lauderdale. Dave Thomas was the first one. certainly have lots of beautiful homes and mansions in the city of Fort Lauderdale, but around the corner to the right, we have to show off our largest and most expensive home these days. Around the corner to the right, we're going to look at a mansion that's just over 40,000 square feet inside. Over there that keeps going and going and going. Alongside that dock is a mansion sitting on a site where 5 previous homes once stood. Just over 40,000 square feet of living area inside makes it the largest home in the city.
I think that will be another point.
The Mega Mansion is owned by Doug and Linda Von Ullman. Mr. Von Ullman is a venture capitalist out of St. Louis, Missouri. As the home comes in, it's a better view here. Some interesting but crazy facts about it. Average monthly electric bill on a home that size, about $67,000 per month. We're also the largest property taxpayers here in the city of Fort Lauderdale. They pay a little over $1,000 each day in property taxes, just over $400,000 a year. The strangest thing about the home off to the right? Well, just 2 people live inside there, Doug and his wife, Linda. They have found the secret to a great marriage, 40,000 square foot home. Over to the right, another interesting home in town now. Up next to the right, 2-story White House here with the statue around the swimming pool. It's actually the famous Miami Vice home here in town. It was originally built for Michael Mann, the creator of the Miami Vice television show. Over a dozen episodes of the show were filmed here, usually where the bad guys would live. The swimming pool at the home is pretty cool as well. It starts out there on the outside, right into the living room inside the mansion. inside now, a very historic spot for us. It's where one of the original ports of Fort Lauderdale stood during the second DMR has also owned some of the larger yachts with us here in town, as you can start to see over there today. It is pretty ironic though, off to the right, the smallest yacht here at the DMR, and off to the right there, the first yacht, the classic white Fed ship coming into view here on the end, known as Tranquility, belongs to one of the top 10 richest men on the planet. The owner of Tranquility can pretty much buy every boat, yacht, hotel, mansion you've seen on the tour today. You can buy the Falcons, the Patriots, the stadium, probably not even notice. Tranquility belongs to the former mayor of the Big Apple, Michael Bloomberg, with a net worth of just over $44 billion as of this morning. Quite a bit of money. It's not always the biggest yacht that has the most money. Keep that in mind. Well, since around 1949, we've got a hotel and marina here in this place. DMR, Spanish Bay by the sea. About 100 yards to the right of the beautiful beaches of Fort Lauderdale. A pirate ship in town as well, off to the right there. Our good friends aboard the Bluefoot chugging along out for a day of pirate hunting here in the waters of Lauderdale last city. While we in the city, of course, and some of the newest largest yachts in the world. Fort Lauderdale, tens of thousands of folks visiting the show here each day as well. It's a fun time to be here in the city. Also coming up to our right, last but not least over there, Waku, definitely an interesting yacht in town. Waku coming up to the right is owned by the Hubbard family. The Hubbards are founders of the DirecTV Corporation. That's pretty much where my $140 a month goes to. I'll pay for that $69 million yacht sitting in there. Los Olos Boulevard drawbridge just up ahead. First drawbridge in the city connecting the mainland to the beaches. Original bridge built back 1917. Also to the left, great look at all the beautiful boats and yachts here, of course, at the DMR. Keeping a boat here at the marina does turn into very pricey real estate, though. These yachts are paying about $7 per foot per day with a 100-foot minimum. Considering some of the yachts are here 4, 5, 6 months out of the year, well, that'll definitely start out to add up, trust me. Typical yacht like Waku is paying, at least $30,000, $35,000 a month just to be docked here at the world-famous marina. Nothing else. Here in town, the beautiful mansion was actually built in the shape of a butterfly. As you get a bit closer, you'll see the two wrought iron staircases coming down, being the antennae or the front of the butterfly. Most unusual thing about the butterfly mansion over there to the right? Well, there's no swimming pool in the backyard. Their swimming pool is on the roof. That's a rooftop swimming pool the mansion has. The two towers you see are actually two elevators, which bring you up to the beautiful pool top deck level.
Yep. That's it, the butterfly house. First, coming up to the right-hand side now, my favorite home here in the city of Fort Lauderdale. It's a huge 1920s estate. It was originally built by wealthy rum runners here in Fort Lauderdale during Prohibition. It's one of the only homes in South Florida to be built with a working basement. I'm sure back then to hide illegal liquor. These days, the mansion to the right belongs to Michael Baroni. Mr. Baroni is now CEO of Auto Nation, the largest collection of auto dealerships in the world, based here in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And last but not least, coming up to the right is our most famous home in the city. Off to the right now, you'll see a 1930s Mazda-style home, lanterns all around the seawall. Home was used famously in the 1960s movie Where the Boys Are, starring Connie Francis and Mr. Suntan, George Hamilton. Connie and George also lived in the home during the filming of the movie. 3 months after the premiere of the film, well over a couple 100,000 college students invaded the beaches of Fort Lauderdale, helped creating our spring break tradition, and putting Fort Lauderdale on the map with everybody else. You'll be in these days. Just ahead, we're going to be leaving the Intracoastal behind us. We'll be re-entering the New River, which flows from the Florida Everglades, about 25 miles west of us right now, right out into the Atlantic Ocean. As we enter the river, I'm going to relax the voice, relax your ears, just some music for a nice peaceful ride. Sit back, relax, we'll get you back to reality, of course.